Good morning, attorneys Chris and Andrew. My first name is Daniel, last name is D'Souza. I wanted to do this quick little intro to introduce myself to you, to kind of talk about a few things that I think is very important, and to also thank you for your service to helping us getting this put behind us. I want this horrific event to be over. Not something that I wanted, obviously. It's not something that Ray wanted. But it did happen, and in the state of Arizona, it's strict liability, and if your dog bites another person, you're on the hook. And so that's kind of where we are. I did get the disclosure from your office this week, and will have my own, and I will have in writing that I will get over to you next week. And I'm looking forward to our March meeting and getting this again behind us. So thank you again. And the first thing I want to talk about is the police report that has some information that's just not right. And in the center there, he talks about he says he then walked through the open gate of the building, went to knock on the door. None of that happened. That's not what happened at all. I'm going to contact this police officer and see if we can amend the report only for factual purposes. I just want this to be right. And what I'm reading here is just not right. It's not what I said. I'm positive he didn't record that conversation, our conversation, or else he would not have written that. So I'm just going to go through what actually happened. And without getting into why I didn't have a meeting set up, I'll have that in the written disclosure. But for this purpose, I just want to talk about what happened on that day and get the facts right. So I pulled into Ray's. I went down the common area and park where I normally park, which is on the north side of the building, I believe. Next to the fenced-in area where the X is, there's an opening that I walk through to get to Ray's north door and into his building, where when I walk in, he's usually there. If he's there, and we have a quick meeting. This particular day, when I pulled up and I got out of my car, I look up and I see a very, very large dog, a breed that I've never seen before in my life. Before this incident, I never knew what a Tibetan Mastiff was. I do now. I also know now that his name is Everest. And Everest came from the south side of the building, and he walked down the common driveway and parked himself like right inside of that fenced-in area in front of the opening where I would normally walk through to get to Ray's north door, and that's when I didn't know what to do. I stopped where you see the X. I did see a beware of dog sign. At this point, I didn't know if he was that dog. I guess I thought he could not be that dog because he wouldn't be loose like that. You wouldn't have a dog that needs a beware of dog sign just walking around. And before I continue on that thought, let me play a quick video for you.
Independent thinking can be troublesome. The Tibetan Mastiff is an intelligent dog who learns quickly, but again, they make their own decisions about whether or not they want to obey you. It's not their goal to please their owner, but to protect them. That's just one of the reasons they can never be walked off-leash. Owners can never be sure if their Mastiff will respond when they call for them. They may also be aggressive toward other dogs, especially those of the same sex.
So in that video, you heard they said that they should never be walked off-leash. If they never should be walked off-leash, then they should never be just roaming around at large with the owner not knowing where that dog is. And that's a huge problem. And as I said to Ray in a couple of emails, thank God it was me and not some ASU student on a skateboard cutting through to go to class, and met up with Everest. It would have been a different story. But when I saw Everest and didn't know what to do, I did again what you do when you see a dog. You say, "Hey, boy," and I'm taking his temperature to see, what kind of dog is this? Is this, an aggressive dog or And when I said, "Hey, you," and he looked up and he saw me, that's when he came at me. And again, I'm still not sure if he's just going to sniff me. I do have a lot of clients that have dogs that I go into their office, and the dogs will just jump on you and sniff you and slobber on you, and I guess I was kind of hoping that he was that kind of a dog, but very quickly I learned that he was not. He got me in the arm, he got me in the leg, and I jumped onto the hood of my car. He then bit my back, and then I got on the hood, the roof of my car, and that's when he just sat there barking. And I want to show you photos of the damage he did to my arm, leg, and then he ripped my shirt. And when Ray finally heard his dog barking, that's when he knew there was a problem from what he said. He came out of the north side door and ran towards the dog. We were still right on. I was still on my car, and the dog was still with the X's barking. And then the lady, a lady that I've never seen before, she came out of the south door, ran down the common driveway to offer some assistance as well. And they, got the dog back inside. And Ray was clearly upset, and it's not what he wanted. It's not what anyone wanted. Offered to buy me a shirt. I said, no, thank you, and then got in my car, and I decided that it might be best to go to a police station and report this. And I went to the Tempe police station. Walked in, looked like I just got in a fight. They said, "Well, call this number upstairs," which I did, and they told me they don't handle dog bite reports, that I would have to go to animal control in Phoenix, which I did. They were closed when I got there. I got there about 10:45 in the morning, and there was a lady standing outside. They don't open until 11. There was a lady standing outside, and I asked her to take a picture of my arm. She did, and when she saw the arm, she says, "You really need to go to the hospital." And I took her advice, and I went to ER. They did what they do. And then I figured if it got to this level here, maybe I should call an attorney, show him a picture or two, and kind of see if they thought it was something that should be taken seriously. And they said very much so. And I started a relationship with a law firm here in Phoenix. But in the end, we couldn't. We decided not to work together, and I decided to just put in a do this on my own kind of thing, and I'm just hoping to find something that's fair for everyone. I did talk to the insurance company, and they said that they do believe that compensation is needed here. They just don't know what it is, and I guess that's what you and I will do on the 22nd. And again, I'm hopeful that we'll put this behind us and move on. Again, unless you've gone through something like this here, you really don't understand. But I know your job is to do what's right for your client, and I respect that, and I understand. And again, thank you for your service, and I look forward to working with you on the 22nd. Thank you.